Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. So, yesterday's Hunter video was probably a little bit disappointing, and I tried to make it up with yet another Hunter kill compilation, but this time for various different reasons. First, this is not the Hunter FGA9, this is the tech tree Hunter F.6, 0.3 higher battle rating, 10.0, but it is there for good reason. Now, in its basic configuration, the plane is not all that much different, although it has access to 4 air-to-air SRAAM missiles. And while they have a maximum lock range of 4 kilometers in rear aspect, and also a speed of 1,000 meters per second, they can only be effectively fired at a target that is within 1,000 meters and at best turning, because the maximum overload is a whopping 20 Gs. And again, you have 4 of them. So this is just so cool if you know what you're doing. You have to train it a little bit. I will show some examples where the missile just looks like it would do the job and the enemy target is barely evading, but at the end of the day he's just, the missile is not able to reach the target in time. I'm not quite sure if this is historically accurate or this is a balancing factor, but effectively what is outside of a kilometer can't really be hit with the missiles. And if you just look at those kill compilation scenes, because in this case I had no other choice other to fit them in a shorter space than usual, you can see how effective those missiles are. And the next patch, a lot of those missiles will join the game that can pull 16 and 18 Gs as well. The J32B will provide me here with an excellent example how to counter this missile. Just go in a straight line and just be a bit faster. The Hunter is a pretty fast plane on the deck, but the acceleration, then you have to avoid the stuff. And I can't fire here. I mean, I can, I have him locked on, but I won't because the missile won't reach him. So I'm thinking about breaking off, then he turns, I go back, activate the AR tracker again, and then watch this. He made the mistake of turning. So everything that you learned in War Thunder up until this point with piston engine fighters goes out of the window. Also what you learned with jets so far goes out of the window. This is a new rulebook by which you have to play. So those SRAAM systems are really effective, but they are not foolproof. Look at this F.4C. No chance of reaching him. Missile prematurely detonates. It didn't stop tracking or anything. So here, funnily enough, the premium version gets the kill, because that missile actually can reach targets up to, 3-4 kilometers if you fire in a straight line. But again, at close quarters, or when targets are turning, watch this. Beautiful, just beautiful. And it looks so easy, but to get the plane onto target to where you can effectively fire the missile, that's really the difficult part. So the video title is Dance While the Music Plays. You have to stick with your team, you have to get those good shots while the enemy planes are distracted by your jets, and it works beautifully when it does. When not, it's a big frustration factor. Yes, so good. I'm so good at clicking, believe me. So I put a talisman on this, and this is what I said in the last Hunter video, that I think that putting a talisman on this thing is just more effective, it's better. Now it's again not the speed, not the acceleration climb rate that is different, it's only the missiles. Also the gun system is the same. 4 I never can really speak that. 4 30mm Aiden cannons. 600 rounds between them, and yeah, they are good for head-ons or for just having enough ammunition for normal battle. Now this is the most beautiful scene that I managed to acquire. So first of all, the F.4Cs are already behind me. Somebody seems to have launched a missile at extreme range. With the rolling and pitching at the same time, making this corkscrew maneuver, I managed to make it unlock, I guess. And here, watch this. That was a beautiful kill, and it's rather rare, so why would he do this maneuver? Well, probably greed, probably while he's also not the most maneuverable plane. Then another F.4C comes in, and I let him fly into the inner seeker circle, launch the missile, and it shared a firework. Beautiful. But I'm not done yet, you know, that's just half of what I'm talking about. Another F4C is just way too far away. I launched a missile. Can we get him? Of course, yeah. And this is the strength of this plane. Just cleaning up, collecting kills that are distracted. It looks easy, but, you know, there are factors because the Seeker is very sensitive, very often locks on the wrong target, and then, you know, you have to deactivate it and activate it again. It's not that simple. But if you're really experienced with it, then, yeah, I think you get very much used to it. The stop grind with this plane at 10.0, only with the guns, not having access to any sort of other air-to-air missile system, that's rough. And so we kind of lock onto this guy, and that was a way too ambitious missile, and it goes into the dirt. 20 Gs can be pulled, but it's not a guarantee that you can pull them every single time. I included those misfirings here for the strict reason that you can see that this is not an automatic I win button. Except it kind of is. It's difficult to describe, and the first few battles were then, oh my god, I got 3 kills, and then the next few battles, I just never have the chance to fire effectively a missile. It's all down to positioning, it's all down to finding your place in the furball and just getting to the right spot at the right time, in the right angle, and the enemy not being aware of you. Now, with 1,000 meters per second, those 4 SRAAM missiles are really good for hitting the target while he's already in a turn, while he has, sort of say, committed to the turn, and he's dead before he gets effectively the warning. So this is a really, really powerful missile system. So what I'm worried about is, how will this look next patch when such weapon systems gets distributed through multiple nations, you know, and more of them. So this will again be feature creep, power creep, call it what you want, you know what I'm talking about. This F4C, for example, he just tried to ambush me, he's in a turn, he looks slow, this is already a dead plane. He already was in a precarious position, he was already, you know, not surviving for much longer. I just grabbed here the kill. Again, this was the guy that tried to ambush me when I was in my climbing phase. And again, there are so many planes that are just so faster, so better in their turning or acceleration or climbing, you know, capabilities than you. But this plane, I think really it's the SRAAMs that are the big equalizer. So locking on here to this guy again, trying my very best. The ARR tracker gets really distracted by the sun, and that was a beautiful hit here into the right wing. So the guns, they are not the main weapons in my opinion. They are a nice addition, they are a bonus. You must actually not forget about them, because sometimes you're only trying to get the missile on target, you know, and playing like you want to get the missile on target. For example, like this, that was a very ambitious shot, and again the missile just didn't have the turning capabilities. But again, this is the fight, Hunter versus Hunter, and he makes the fatal mistake of turning. So all the rules that you have learned in previous battle ratings, in previous matches, they are not really that valid anymore. And the problem is, if you fire this versus planes in a down tier, you know, when you fight some 9.0s, it doesn't really happen, but even some 9.3s, there are probably some planes that don't even have air-to-air missiles or really bad ones, and then this is just mercilessness. Mercilessness? So, without mercy, basically. English is strong today with you, Napalm. Thank you. So again, I'm just waiting for the guy. And did you see how the AR tracker tracks the wrong target? Once it tracks the wrong target, you really have to deactivate and activate him. But those missile kills, man, do I love them. To counter them, to be aware of them, that is not easy. And this is why this is then the wild fox amongst the goose or the chicken, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, with this, I very, very effectively researched it. The lesser silver line incomes for the same results doesn't really matter because I get significantly better results. And so, yeah, SRAAMs. This plane without them, trash. With them, godlike in the right position. And I got multiple matches with 3 and 4 kills. Again, it's just a half day's work of grind. Talisman, currently absolutely worth it. How will it do in the next patch with flares and counters and all the things? I don't know, but we'll see. And that's it for me today. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if it did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the ways, on the battlefields, and in the skies of War Thunder.